What is up, everybody? Dan the Fireman here. We're going to be going over some crashes and close calls. This is a brand new MotoStars video, but we're going to be going over the plan method very specifically. This is a very beginner-friendly or beginner motorcycle-friendly type video. We're going to go over so many different things to prevent crashes and close calls for you. So if you're brand new to riding or you're wanting to get into riding, pay attention. You can actually do this while you're driving too. A little bit different because you can't swerve like crazy, but we're going to focus on some really important things. So pay attention. There's some crazy stuff in here. Let's take a look. I haven't seen it, but I assume there is because it's a compilation. All right, MotoStars is talking.
Watch closely and
okay, are we gonna switch lanes? Because nope. Oh, uncommon thing. Good job at the brakes. Okay, very good. Very good for this motorcycle rider. I'm gonna explain what he did right. There's nothing you could have done for that car right there. Maybe we can rescue. Oh, they're taking off. They're embarrassed. Stay away from. Yeah, time to get out of there. Very good. All right, let's go back a little bit. All right. Crazy. Was not expecting that. So this motorcycle rider, I was pointing out right here. Typically, we're going to hopefully see an open lane pattern pretty soon. But typically, right, if you're driving or if you're walking in a line at Starbucks or whatever, or you're waiting in a line at Starbucks or whatever, you don't want to be stuck behind all these people, right? You're going to switch lanes. That's typically what people do. Okay, that's an open lane pattern. This is an open lane. This is a pattern, what you typically see, and you want to switch lanes. Or if you're already in this lane, this person wants to switch lanes into you. That's usually how it goes. So that's what I was pointing out right there. But
safe.
We're riding here. As soon as you see that, it's going to cause like, a panic. No matter if you're in a car or if you're walking on the side or you're on a motorcycle, it's going to cause a panic. What people typically do in a panic is they try to slam the brakes. Okay, don't slam the brakes. Don't slam this brake, the front brake or the rear brake. The rear brake's on your right foot. Don't slam it. Remain calm. This is what you do after a motorcycle crash, but it really helps out when it comes to a lot of scary situations. I did the RE as a way to regulate your emotions and regulate what's going on in your body when there's an emergency happening. Okay, an emergency could be that your kid fell down the stairs. Remain calm, ensure your own safety first. I mean, it's going to be hard for you as a parent, but remain calm at least. So in this situation, it's, oh crap. Okay, remain calm. Now I have to ensure my own safety. So this person's acting like an idiot in front of you. He's reaching for the clutch. So brand new riders, we're going to spend a lot of time on this one, and we're going to maybe spend some time on some other ones. Reaching for the clutch. What does the clutch do? When you pull it in, it removes the engine. It basically disconnects the engine to that rear wheel. The rear wheel is where the power from the engine goes. So the clutch is basically saying, nope, disconnect. And so your engine is going to be running, but none of the power from the engine is going to the back wheel because you pulled in the clutch. And that's what you do when you shift. You pull in the clutch, you shift, and all that stuff. But in an emergency braking, you pull in that clutch. Okay, that's going to be great. Okay, because then if you mess up your throttle hand, no power is going to get to it. So that's great. So you're going to pull in the clutch, and he's reaching for that front brake, and he's going to do progressive braking. So he's going to squeeze the front brake more, and more, okay? I go over that in the training manual that I'm currently working on. I hope you guys see it. I do have some older videos for progressive braking. So boom, 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 boom. The reason why he's doing that, he's going to try to ensure his own safety because that person's ahead of him acting like an idiot. If that car crashes into that car, or that car slams the brakes too, and you're not doing anything, you're going to run into the back of that vehicle. So good job for ensuring his own safety here. So he's applying the brakes. And if you notice, let's go back just a little bit. We're in the middle of the lane, right? Middle of the lane. Oh, crap. Sees it. Still in the middle of the lane. Slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. Moving over to the right. And that's where we come up with position for safety. So this right here is super important for you guys to remember. Okay? So all the other terms are great and all, but this right here, this is the basis, the first principles, the foundation of everything that you do. Let's bring it back up. So he moved to a new position for safety because he located that hazardous situation. It is a relevant threat, navigated it by applying the brakes and pulling the clutch, and then moves himself back into a new position for safety, which is off to the right. So you see how it all comes together with plan? So now he's slow rolling it. That vehicle is aimed at us. What are they going to do? They're obviously idiots. So we're just going to kind of creep into it. Like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, now we're here. They're taking off. Okay, what's going on? We're pulled off to the side. They don't need help. Probably saw the person spin out and now is aimed towards us. Now he's doing emergency acceleration to get out of this craziness. You see how it all plays in? It's a survival thing. Plan method is a survival thing for when you're out riding or driving. So you could do this while you're driving. And if this was like a crazy situation where there's like an erratic person out on the street and you're like kind of creeping up, it's like, I have to get that way. So you're kind of like, what the heck is this? And then they start running that way. You're like, screw it, I'm going to go this way. So you can do this anywhere you go. All right, we spent a lot of time on that. So we'll see if there's some fun ones. Let's see if we can go ahead and work on some more plan method, maybe some patterns here. Okay, so we have somebody slamming the brakes. Same thing. So same thing for this motorcycle rider. Was applying the brakes and saw that ahead of time. Wear gear, though. I'm going to tell you guys that. As smart riders, we're going to require and use personal protective equipment. So full gear. Road rash is going to suck. Thankfully, it has a full face helmet, but look forward to. All right. Rain situation, lower traction because of the rain and some oil and whatever's on the ground. You see the visibility? This is the raindrop on his GoPro or his action camera lens. So that's just on the lens. Now imagine your face shield. We don't have windshield wipers like a windshield does. On our face shield, it's just going to get blotted. So this is your vision. So you have vision problems, traction problems. And then one thing that a lot of people don't recognize, especially if you're not wearing rain gear, it looks like he's wearing rain gear, is that you're going to have a lot of heat transfer. You're going to lose a lot of your body heat. So when you're riding in the rain, you're going to get cold. And what happens when you get cold? Maybe not hypothermia, because hypothermia is when you start getting really bad tremors in your body, like uncontrollable tremors. But you can start getting numbness. And so your reaction time is a little bit less. So reaction time, traction loss. I'm not saying it's not doable. It's doable, right? Elad, do you like riding in the rain? It's absolutely doable and it's kind of fun, but there's higher risks. Okay, so easier on the acceleration, easier on the braking, easier on the turning. Get home as soon as you can. Loss of traction. There it is. Hit a bump, it looks like on the road with the bridge. You see the little crack right there? Hit a bump. Lost traction because there's a little bit less. Let's go back a little bit right when he hits the bump. Oh, one hand. Yeah, both hands on the handlebars. The bump messed him up. Try your best to ride with both hands. I get it. It's comfy. I ride with one hand sometimes.
This rider was heading home from work.
Same
when
thing.
he decided to
Nighttime.
take the right turn instead of stopping at the red
Clutching,
light. He went in with too
downshifting,
much speed
indicator.
and took
Great.
gear, forcing a deep lean that
Oh, you need to slow down before that turn, buddy. So remember what I said to easier on the acceleration, braking, and turning? This is exactly it right here. Is that we're coming into this turn. If it wasn't raining, probably could have done it well. Probably a little bit wide, but still did it, right? So probably still could have made it because we had a lot of traction because it's dry. Now right here in the intersection after a rain, all that oil that's in the middle where when cars are stopped and keep dripping oil, right? The water and oil don't mix. So what happens is when it rains, the water gets underneath the oil, lifts the oil, and starts to slide across the surface of the road versus the oil kind of being impregnated into the asphalt. So when you have that oil lift up, it's slippery now. So slow down, especially on these turns. Watch out for that oil. Slow down so that when you make this turn, you have as much traction as you possibly can. So take these turns slower than you think you need to, especially when it's raining.
He pushed the limits.
And so he lost traction right on that turn and fell in, which sucks. Thankfully, there was no car there. It's just a single vehicle accident. For those of you that are new riders, you're starting to understand like what I'm trying to point out. I'm not trying to scare you into not riding. I'm trying to show you, because people are posting this stuff, I'm trying to show you what the common reasons why people are crashing and how to avoid them. Okay, high speed. If you're the hazard itself, assess if you're a relevant threat to you. Oh. You guys saw that? Let's wait for the plan method to go away. Whoa. All right, what do we do here? Well, we're speeding. Let's try not to speed in the first place, but we're speeding. Let's say we're just going normal speed. Let's say it's the flow of traffic. It's the speed limit. We're doing this, right? We have 3 things that we can do. 3 things. In an emergency situation, there's only 3 things. Honking the horn, not really one of them, because you can't trust what the dog's going to do if you honk the horn. You can only trust yourself, and that's why I say it boils down to 3 things. You can only emergency accelerate, emergency swerve, or emergency brake. Those are the 3 things for any situation you're going to be in. Now, if we emergency accelerate, we're just going to hit the dog harder because the dog is right in our path. So how do we avoid the dog? Can we stop in time? Probably not. Our total stopping distance is going to be too big. Okay, we're going to start let's say we start braking right now. We're probably going to stop where that white building is or a little bit past the dog. I can't tell because of the camera. So we have to swerve. Now, here's the thing that sucks when it comes to animals is that they're so unpredictable, is that you can swerve right thinking that the dog's going to keep going that way, but it can change direction. You can swerve left and hit the dog because it's going that way, or it might switch around. So right, Black Cloud, it's 50-50. But here's the thing. If you don't do anything and the dog stays right there, you're going to hit it. So you have to do something. This is a crappy thing. This is life here for you guys. This is a life lesson, is that sometimes you're going to do what you think is right and sometimes you still fail. But you have to make a choice. You have to do something. Action versus just thinking. So swerve left or swerve right? Let's see what happens here. What do you think he did? The rider was on his way to teach a kickboxing class and dog suddenly ran across the road. He didn't have time to react and went down hard, a painful reminder that things can change in a split second. What do you think he did?
Ahí terminó todo. Caí fuerte, la moto voló.
Think about it.
Gracias a todas estas personas.
See how far he is? So
Alumnos.
even if he did amazing braking, you see how he's like past that white building I was talking about? So that's what I was talking about, total stopping distance. It wouldn't have mattered if he applied the brakes. You have to swerve. Oh, okay, that one's going to be interesting. But let's see if he hit, did he crash? This is what I'm trying to point out. Those of you in the chat, you guys have been here long enough. You guys know. I see some had to lay her down. But let's see, did he hit the dog? I think that's the dog right there. I don't think he hit the dog. Okay, so if he didn't hit the dog, what happened then? How'd he crash if he didn't hit the dog? Look at the front brake. That's his front brake. So how'd he crash? I'm reading the chat. Slammed his brakes. Slammed the rear brake. That very good observation. So we're pointing this out for new riders here. Is that what I say? Emergency brake, emergency swerve, emergency acceleration. He did not swerve. He did not accelerate. He used a lot of braking. Now, if he's not using the front brake, well, maybe he is. Let's see. So he's already squeezing here, but he's releasing, and then he falls. So a little bit of a panic. We have 2 brakes. We have the front brake right here, and then right where our right foot is. So I believe, I don't think he hit the dog. I think he slammed that rear brake as hard as he possibly could, locked up the rear tire, lost traction, and fell down. So panicked. So what can we have done in this situation differently? Just swerve. Just swerve. So when people say, if you're a brand new rider and you're like, you hear stories like from other motorcycle riders, back, especially the older ones, like I had to lay her down. I used to ride all the time, and then I stopped riding because I had to lay it down because a car pulled out in front of me or a dog pulled out in front of me. That's what laying it down looks like. That's what laying it down looks like, is they slam the brake because they panic and they fall down because they lost traction. There's usually there's usually something you can do differently.
Personas que iban pasando por ahí que me asistían.
Okay, road rage, not much you can do there. Road rage is kind of a... This is why you don't participate in road rage. You're going to lose because of that. That's all it takes. All right, here we go. Going pretty fast, having some fun. We're going to low side. Yep, there it is. So it's hard to see because of the camera angles. There goes the bike. Is that we're in the middle of a turn, leaned it too far down, lost traction on the rear tire, on the tires, either front or rear, and did a low side. So what do we think? What was the mistake here? Going a little too fast and leaning the bike super far down. So low side. So what can we do in that situation? Let's not just enjoy the weather, enjoy the road. I mean, this is a beautiful area. Just enjoy this. Leaned it too far, fell down. Yeah, the bike's like, I'm out. Right, Smee? All right, see if we can just kind of skip some of these other ones, or at least make them quick because we're 16 minutes into this one. Barely 3 minutes into the video itself, so let's have some fun here. All right. So line of sight's kind of an issue. Good job with the space cushion.
Safe pace, but noticed the car braking ahead too late. He reacted sharply, hit the brakes, and couldn't keep the bike steady.
Oh, same thing. Now, you have to give this guy a little bit, but it's the same thing. Applied the brakes really hard, and you hear the skidding. So we locked up the tires and lost traction because once we're sliding, we were losing traction. Braking isn't about stopping the tires. The braking is about slowing the tires down so much that we can stop. So they're still rotating. You're just slowing them down a ton. You don't want to stop the tires because then you're going to slide. So we have to give them a little bit of credit here because this type of road is absolutely slippery. It's slippery. So if we know that, right? If we know this type of road is slippery, we should probably increase our space cushion and be prepared for braking because we need more total stopping distance. So you see what I mean? It's like we can be here and be like, hey, I blame the road. Or we can be here and say, I know the road is not as safe as an asphalt road, so I should probably take some precautions. You see how I changed it from it's the road's fault to there's something I can learn? And that's what I want you guys to be taking away from a lot of these live streams and my videos, is that, yeah, there's issues out there in the real world, but there's a lot of things you can prevent and take control and take responsibility for, and that's really just you. So that's the whole point of learning. And that's why we're watching these things, so that we can learn from mistakes or real world events so that you don't have to make the same one. Oh, geez. All right. So this is why I really like road laws that are enforced. I don't care about the bike. I don't care about the bike. I care about the person. Okay, let's go back just a little bit. All right. We're passing. This is why I say like road laws. There's no center line. I mean, here's the center line stripe, but it's for oncoming traffic. There's no slashed line for a 2-lane road. So we're passing people within the same lane, technically. I don't like doing that. I don't want to do that because if everyone assumes that this is a single lane, somebody's going to take a left or take a right. And we're passing on either one. And that's not smart. That's not good. Because this person that turned left, once again, we can blame the car driver for turning left because we collided with them. But in reality, this is a single lane. That's their lane. They can make a choice to turn left or not. You're making a choice to pass. You're not even in the lane. She's not even in the lane. You're making that choice. So your choices have consequences. The person turning left, their choice, their consequences, they turn left. They weren't anticipating you coming up. So we should not be doing stuff like this. So here she tries to swerve, but she swerved her butt. Okay, so whenever I said mercy braking, mercy swerve, mercy acceleration. When it comes to swerving, you have to swerve hard. Hard. You can't just be like, I'm going to turn a little bit. No, it's an mercy. You're swerving hard, and you can do it. You can do it. Swerve hard. It's much easier at a slower speed. So we have that massive impact, and this is why I say wear gear. Okay, we have that massive impact. We're gonna hit her pelvis, break our pelvis, possibly break our arms. She's got a full face helmet on. That's good. But when we talk about mechanism of injury, so right now, the sliding across the gas tank, hitting pelvis, easy. And then the moment she hits the ground, so you see how the ejection works. So there's the tailbone. So the coccyx. So we have lower spine, lumbar spine, and then the bottom part, which is the coccyx. Possible braking. Same thing with the hips here. Compression of the spine. Whiplash with cervical spine. There's the back of the head getting impacted. And then right here, this is where she's knocked out. Because she's not getting up after this. Probably knocked out. Coup contra coup. The brain sloshes in the brain or into the skull. So boom, impact. So the brain hits the inside of the skull on the back. It slides forward, hits the front of the skull, and it keeps doing this until it stabilizes. But it's hitting the inside of the skull, which is causing bruising of the brain, knocking you out. So we hit the ground here. Okay. So you can see the initial reaction is I got to help my buddy, but I'm hearing the engine of the bike keep going on. So in a panic, you tend to go where you're trained. You go to do the thing that's most comfortable to you. And as motorcycle riders, we know how to turn off bikes. So we just immediately stop thinking, immediately start doing, and we're doing the thing that we know. What I want you guys to get into is, this is what I want you guys to know. I want this first. Because that person could be bleeding out and you could stop the bleed, but while you're trying to do this, they're bleeding, they're bleeding, they're bleeding, they're bleeding, they're bleeding, they're bleeding, they're bleeding. And then we only know how to pull the phone out. So if you have your own trauma kit, you could have been going towards your trauma kit. You could have been directing people on how to handle this situation. And you could have told somebody, where it says remain calm, to call 911 while you're handling that person. So you can actually tell other people to do the things that they know how to do. You do the things that you know how to do. So you delegate. All right, moving on. Kid elderly woman starts to cross the road and driver proceeds to carry on.
Wait, go. Man, people crossing.
Risky, but I don't mind.
Reminder why it's crucial to stay extra alert during an speed.
Yeah, don't do this because you have people. It's just too much chaos. Too much chaos on that. We're all lane splitting. We're crossing through traffic, not really looking. Oh, someone's gonna hit us. Wow, turn on the saturation for this video. That's not really how green it is. All right, big group. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so these motorcycle riders could have done a little bit more to help prevent this. Okay, she's probably gonna be a thumbnail. Usually women on the thumbnails get more views. But these motorcycle riders could have at least, let's go back a little bit more. They could have at least had somebody like right here. Or at least a bike right here. Or somebody. You'd be like, hey, like, there's an object in the road. That's kind of, it's kind of ridiculous. Unless it is meant to be there, like it's designed so that nobody can drive that way, and this person's the only one that didn't know that. All right. Oh, not paying attention. Oh, kept it up. Good for her. So what happened here? She's doing the whole TikTok-y thing. Gotta get a thumbnail. Doing the whole TikTok-y thing, obviously recording in vertical. You know, dancing to music. She's gonna edit some music to it. This is one of the big problems when it comes to filming when you're a brand new rider and you want to make some YouTube content, some TikTok, some Instagram reels, whatever. You're not focused on the ride. You're focused on the content creation. And one of the big things that I learned early on, because I've been doing this for almost, I think, a decade now almost, is that you document, you don't create. So you're documenting your training, you're documenting your life. You're not trying to create, because if you're just documenting, you're just doing your thing. But if you're trying to create something while you're riding, you're going to put yourself at a different risk level, because now you're not focused on the thing that's supposed to be important, which is riding. So, like, pay attention. I'm sure she's paying attention to the camera, not paying attention to the biking or the riding. Now she sees it. Pulls in the clutch. Thankfully, she's quick. This car pulls out in front of her. What do we do? So once again, mercy brake, mercy swerve, or mercy acceleration. You have to find the escape path to escape into with your swerve, right? So she found it right here. So very good, because you notice how tiny that is. How tiny that is. So that's what we can do on a motorcycle versus a car. But in a car, hopefully you're paying more attention. And plus you got four tires and multiple brakes to be able to stop in time. So she found this gap right here. So very good. So great swerve. And then once she got through it, she can't keep swerving left. She's going to hit the guardrail. She has to swerve right. There's the swerve right. So we swerved left, and then we swerved right to stay in lane. And now she's got to check her pants. All right, here we go.
Here we have a situation where the rider was suddenly surprised.
Intersections are dangerous for motorcycle riders. So when we locate hazardous situations, corners and intersections, a roundabout is an intersection because of stuff like that. So when I said emergency acceleration, emergency braking, emergency swerving, we get to, let's go back to here. We're hoping that person's going to stop because they're supposed to. They're supposed to yield. They got a yield sign too.
Thankfully, the rider managed to brake in time and the collision was avoided.
You're like, oh crap. Okay, what do we do? Emergency swerve, emergency accelerate, emergency brake. Well, our nose, I'm going to go forward a little bit. Our nose is already pointed towards where our exit was. So we can emergency accelerate with that throttle.
In time and the collision
So right here, we see it. Okay, we can emergency accelerate. There's an option. We can emergency brake because we're not going super fast, so we could probably stop pretty soon and let them in. But you have to make a choice. You can't freeze and do nothing. You got to do something. Got lucky there because he did do nothing. Sometimes they just don't stop. It looks like the person slowed down because they finally saw it. Don't lane filter or lane split at a high speed. Thankfully, he found the escape and swerved off. So this is an open lane pattern. That truck switched lanes because he didn't want to be stuck behind that white car. Okay, so when I say open lane pattern, this right here. You see how all these cars are kind of stacked right here? And this is like a nice open lane. Any of these cars might want to come out. So when I see this pattern, it gives me caution. And that's what they did, but he found an escape and swerved out of the way. That's what you do if somebody does that. Thankfully, there was an escape. If there's no escapes for you, maybe don't do the risky behavior. Only do it when you have an out. He's going to check his pants right now. Just be cautious when it comes to splitting. This is probably California. It's legal to do so. Almost hit that car. All right, here we go. Chris Porter, good space cushion. We're doing pretty well. We can see pretty far around. Random person decides to do that, let them. They did it, you just kind of let them. Don't get into road rage, don't get angry. It's panicky, it gives you a little bit of a fear. Let the idiot be in front. If you're gonna do stuff like this, you know you're taking a big risk. So it's up to you. You do know if you do crash the vehicle, your motorcycle, and it hits a car, let's say it hits the side of a car and it hits the back passenger in the back seat, and that back seat had a child seat in it. It has a little kid, and your 50-pound motorcycle crashed into the side of that door, compartment intrusion, and kills that kid. Well, guess what? You're going to jail for vehicular manslaughter and reckless riding and all that other stuff. So take all the risks you want. Just realize that they do have consequences. It's up to you. And usually crashes like this end up like that. And they usually don't have any gear. So that one, it looks like he's pushing his buddy. So let's take a quick look. So this one looks like he's basically towing his buddy. He's putting his left foot on the right peg of the guy on the left, and he's pushing. It's kind of high risk. It's one way to tow someone somewhere on a bike. It's high risk because you could crash into each other. That's pretty much what happened there. That's pretty much what happened. It sucks, but he was trying to help his buddy. What the heck is that piece? All right, high risk. Did you see what I mean? Did you see what I mean? I just said it. If you're gonna be taking these risks, you could probably hit a kid if you fail, or you hit somebody and you fail. So this person doing a wheelie can't control it in a very high risk area, trying to show off at a convention or something, the farmer's market for some reason. Bunch of pedestrians walking around, can't even control it after a quick wheelie. Hits people standing there working on their car. That will break somebody's leg. Easy.
Have a situation where the rider decides to show off in a densely crowded area.
And you can get your ass
All
beat.
the riders and bystanders in serious danger.
Yep. Alright, so Tail of the Dragon. Tend to see a lot of people crashing.
No parking.
I love it when people say that.
Does he get
I love that the
permit?
Thankfully, it was a car, has a crumple zone, airbags, seatbelts, and all that stuff. Oh, pedestrian side. That was an intersection. Dude, did you not see what I mean by there's 3 things you can do? Honking the horn's not going to help. So he's honking. It might not work. They might have headphones. They're not paying attention. So mercy braking to avoid that. You can't swerve because of the cars. You don't want to accelerate into them. So you would have to do some mercy braking. All right, good staggered. Not even staggered. In corners like this, if you're in a group ride, I don't want to be close and staggered. I like how they're giving each other a lot of space in the corners. And then when you get on that straightaway, so you're on the corner, you're doing this, and on the straightaway, you kind of just get back into that staggered formation. So I like that they're doing this. Let's see what happens here, though. What happens? 'Cause they're chilling. Oh, once again, can't predict that. That was a deer. So good job. What do we got here? Nice little Cardo Pack Talk Edge. Love that. Grab yourself one. It's a Bluetooth system. Love it. Link in the description for 10% off. I listen to music. I listen to... that was just a random situation, but listen to music. Oh, road rage now. Music, my GPS on my phone. I have a phone mount. Rock form. Link in the description for that. All right, so lane filtering. Oh, we might have a new thumbnail here. All right. Tram tracks. Are we going to try to go over the tram tracks? There it is. Write in the comments why this person just fell. It's pretty easy. I just called it out, tram tracks. Let's go back a little bit. Let's see if we can get a good view. Let's see if we can get a good view. Not of her, the tram tracks, guys. Calm down. Tram tracks. All right, so you see this tram track right here. Just look at how it's designed. There's like a gap right there, right? There's a gap. Your front tire on your motorcycle, your tires on your motorcycle are a lot skinnier than car tires, right? A lot skinnier. And they're actually different. Car tires are flat on the bottom. Motorcycle tires are a little curved. They're like a little, I don't know what it's called, but still, it's curved on the bottom. So you have a little bit of a contact patch. And so you slowly move onto that tram track, and that little tiny contact patch gets into that little gap, and then it grabs it. The track grabs your little tire patch, and then when you're still trying to turn, it grabs it, and then you just lose balance. It grabs you and it's not going where you want to go and you lose balance. It's a lot like hitting gravel. It's a lot like hitting oil. It's just going to cause your front end to just fall down. Okay. So how do we prevent that? How do we prevent that? Because they're all over the place, right? So let's pretend. Thankfully, they do vertical because they like to do TikToks. Here's a tram track. Okay. Here's us, right? So if we slowly do what she did, boom, we get locked in. We got locked in on the tram track. But we want to get on this side, right? We want to get on this side of the tram track, or we want to get in the middle. We want to do something. We don't want to stay over here because that you saw earlier. There's that car, and so she's trying to move to a new position for safety, right? To get away from the car. So what do? Is that we're coming up. It's like, oh, there's a car up here where Motostars is. There's a car. I want to get over here. This is where I want to go. So we're going. Hard shift. Not glide slowly so that we get perfectly in line and lock in. We want to do a hard shift over it. So it's a quick little swerve to get over it. Be aggressive with it. You don't want to get locked in. So that's what happened there. And if you're a guy, women, Moto Gaga, if you're still in here, I know you're not doing this, but women, motorcycle TikTokers, this isn't a good look. I get it. You're getting a certain clientele, certain kind of audience. This isn't a good look. Okay? Wear full gear. Okay, this might be a fun thing to do like for the first like year, and then you start realizing how dangerous it is, and then you just kind of quit because it's like now you're moving on to like basket weaving or sourdough or something. But like you're getting a lot of attention because of this. Wear full gear. At minimum, zip that up. Because here's the thing. If you do fall down and you go chest first like she does, if it's not zipped up, especially if the zipper keeps going all the way down, it's going to rip it open. And then now you're getting abrasions all over your chest, your tatas. You're going to ruin those things, okay? With protective gear, motorcycle jackets, zip it all the way up. It's going to hold still because this is a regular shirt. Motorcycle jackets have reinforced stitching and has really good YKK zippers, but still really good zippers. This right here, not reinforced stitched. This will get ripped off. Everything's going to get ripped off, including your tatas. Like, that's not good. And then you're not going to want to do this. And you should probably buy an expensive bike, or if it's their boyfriend's. I don't know. So you got very lucky. We need a thumbnail. That's how you deal with tram tracks. Smee. Skateboarder as a kid, I can attest that road rash on the boobies suck. Yeah. As a girl, road rash anywhere sucks, but man, I can't imagine. Yo. So road rage, we just try not to be a part of it. If you're in a group of friends that this kind of happens all the time and you enjoy it, cool, whatever. I don't enjoy it. I personally would not ride with my friends anymore if they're constantly creating issues. Or for some reason, whenever I hang out with my friends, bad things happen. Well, guess what? I think it might be my group. But we're going to have fun watching this one. And that's another thing, is I don't want to be in an altercation. It doesn't mean I can't. I just choose not to. Because once again, a consequence. You knock somebody out on a street like this. We just saw a motorcycle accident. You knock somebody out. They hit the back of the head on the concrete, have a skull fracture, possibly have a brain bleed and die. And now you have a consequence of killing someone.
Whoa! Oh!
Nice little
oh my god!
Intersection crash.
Dude.
So that vehicle that got hit,
I mean, considering what that looks like, that's
could have been a motorcycle.
That's where it hit, right here.
Yeah, right here.
So intersections dangerous for motorcycle riders. Same thing for car
Why
drivers.
did it hold up so good?
Because it's from 1990. Ah, nice. So thank you, MotoStars, for putting that video out. Guys, grab a slice of pizza. We have 2 more videos to do on this live stream. We do this every week, except for last week. I took a time off. But every week we do a live stream where we go over this stuff. Write in the chat. Ask your questions. I like to chat with you guys in between videos. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. Don't be an idiot. That's pretty much it.